that I've always struggled with is dealing with the fact that we all have bad days and we all have days that just don't feel great. You know, whether we're talking about having a bad day or just a day that doesn't feel the greatest, we all have them. We've all had that at some point or another. But that doesn't make it feel less difficult. So today is one of those days where I just don't have as much energy. I stayed up later than I usually do last night. I was super busy yesterday. I had a lot going on this week. I was sick. I'm recovering from that. And it's not a bad day. I've had some great moments today, but I'm just kind of feeling blah. It's super nice out today. I know I should be outside, but all I want to do is cuddle up in my bed and just take a nap and get some well-deserved sleep. And I haven't let myself do that because I know that tends to be my way of just avoiding the emotions that I'm feeling. And even though I know that I do need some extra sleep right now, I decided before I do that, before I allow myself to maybe take that nap that I might need, I wanted to sit down and do a podcast episode and recognize the fact that, yeah, today's just a meh day. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes we need that motivation to remember that we're not alone in having these types of days. So today, it's a pep talk when you're having a bad day because we all need it. I need it myself. So this isn't just a pep talk for you. It's also a pep talk for myself because I need it right now. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to have a blah day. It's okay to not really feel like you want to do anything. And it's easy to get hard on ourselves because of it. It's easy to say, okay, well, what is wrong with me then? This isn't the normal emotion that I feel. This is uncomfortable. So what am I doing wrong? What is it that is making this happen? And what can I do to make it go away? And sometimes that means avoiding the emotion, because if we avoid it, we're not feeling it, right? And then it's less uncomfortable, isn't it? On the other end of the spectrum, which is usually like what I end up doing, is overthinking that emotion, trying to understand it and trying to figure out what in the world caused this so that I can prevent it from happening again. I like to have my emotions under control. I like to have my mental health under control. And if my mental world is under control, then the rest of my world is under control. That's, I think, kind of my mindset and how I go through life. And if my mental world isn't under control, then the rest of my world feels like it's absolutely crazy. I have 1 week left until spring break when I'm recording this. When I'm posting it, I actually have no idea when I'm going to be posting it. I'm not sure which week is going out. But right now, I have currently 1 week left until spring break, and I am so excited. And also so stressed out about it because I have to do a lot of apartment hunting. I have a place that I'm almost positive I'm going to end up taking, but I still have to go do another tour. I still have to figure out the process of finding subletters, of making sure that everything is set to go because I will be gone for a few months while I am going on study abroad. And I just have a lot of things to be figuring out right now. I have a lot of big, crazy decisions to be making. I recently started a yoga teacher training, which I probably mentioned in one of my recent videos. And I have a lot that I need to be studying for that. I'm a little bit concerned about getting all of my stuff done. And I also am dealing with midterms right now. It's a lot. And one moment I'm feeling like, okay, I'm so stressed out about this and I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. And the next moment I'm thinking, wait a second, it's actually not that much work because the apartment hunting is almost over. I'm pretty close to being done with that. I'm almost to spring break. I'm pretty close to getting a break. And the rest of it is I'm just a little bit stressed, right? Because I was sick last week. I'm recovering from that, but I'm recovering from it. I'm feeling so much better. So one moment I feel like, oh my goodness, this is too much. And the next moment I feel like I actually don't really know what to be doing right now. And sometimes in those transition periods, or just general periods at all, whether you're in a transition right now, whether you're, dealing with some new things, or just kind of getting a little bit tired of the mundane, normal, everyday life, right? Because it's probably one of the two. We have bad days. If it's a stressful day, or if it's just a day where you're just getting bored, because that happens. We all get that, and and at least for me, I try and overthink it. I try and process through, look at it logically, because I don't like it when my mental world feels like it's not completely figured out. And yes, that can be helpful to think through things logically sometimes, but it can also be really difficult too when we're having something like a bad day. And what we really need in those types of moments is to give yourself the respect and the love that you need. You're having a bad day. Okay, there's nothing wrong with sitting down and watching an episode or two of your favorite show, or just deciding, I'm going to get a little bit of work done and then I'm going to read, or I'm going to go just sit outside because it's nice out. Any of these things. There's nothing wrong with letting yourself take a 20-minute nap or something simple like that. It's all of these things with a grain of salt that you can take. You don't want to go overboard, right? You don't want to sleep all day long. You don't want to be watching your show all day long. If you're like me, that's going to make you feel worse. But you can allow yourself to have the simple little pleasures. Go get yourself a cup of coffee because you deserve it. Go have a little bit of fun because you deserve it. You deserve it. You do. And when you're having a bad day, don't you dare judge yourself for it. Because it's not your fault. We all have these moments. I could come on here and lie and say that my podcast is the most perfect thing ever, and I figured it out all easily, and my life is just so great, and all of that. But the reality is that that's usually just what you see, because I record the episodes when I'm feeling well. And recording the episodes is one of those self-care tactics that I've learned that actually helps me cope when I'm not doing well. So today I was struggling just a little bit because I wasn't feeling the greatest. So I decided to sit down and do this episode, and guess what? I still feel heavy. I still feel tired. I still am just eyeing my bed because I really want to go sleep right now. But I'm here doing it. I showed up for myself, and by doing something that I know helps my mental health, even though I'm still wanting to go to bed right now, or I'm still wanting to just sit and do nothing or eat sweets all day, or just, do absolutely nothing, I feel just a little bit better. It's not gone. I'm still stressed. I'm still tired. But I do feel a little bit better talking, because I know that it's one of the things that helps me. So what is that one of those things that helps you? What is one of those things that just makes you feel a little bit better? That makes you feel better even if you really don't want to do it. It took me a long time to get myself motivated enough to sit down and record this episode. But I'm here. And you know what? I think that's enough. I'm here, I made it, I'm proud of myself for that. You're here, you're watching this video when you're having a bad day. I'm proud of you for that. Because it's choosing to take the actions to do your best. Not to make everything perfect, but just to do your best. And to take breaks. I will be taking a 20-minute nap, or longer. I will be sitting down and probably watching another episode of my show, because I'm giving myself those breaks in between. But I'm also doing my best to just be kind to myself, because you know what makes my bad days the worst? When I tell myself that I'm having a bad day. When I tell myself that I should be feeling better. So today, this is your little reminder to find out what are those things that just make you feel a little bit better. What are those coping mechanisms that just help. What is it? Maybe it's going outside. Maybe it's hanging out with people you love. Maybe it's going to a coffee shop or reading a book or exploring a new place in your city. Or maybe it's as simple as spending time with family, spending time with a pet, any of these things. In the hard days, it's hard to remember the things that we're grateful for. In the bad days, it's hard to actually get yourself the motivation to do something that's going to help you. In the bad days, it's hard to remind yourself what you're grateful for because it almost makes you feel guilty. At least it makes me feel guilty. If I start thinking about all the things I'm grateful for, I think, well, why can't I be feeling better, right? That's not the goal here. The goal here is to just give yourself the love that you need because tomorrow is going to be a better day. Tomorrow's a new day, and there's no one saying that it's going to be like it is today. It can be better, and that is sometimes the only thing that keeps me going. Sometimes that's the only thing that keeps me from going to bed. Sometimes that's the only thing that I can tell myself, and that's okay. Sometimes we just have those days that don't feel great, and we all go through it. I can guarantee that every single one of the human beings on this earth have had days like that. So remind yourself you're not alone. And do something for yourself. Do something that you know you love. Do something that makes you feel good. And take care of yourself. I'm sending you hugs.